All right, so just a few months ago, I made a video about the AB5 law. And AB5 law at that time was only in the state of California. AB5 is the Assembly Bill 5 law. And what it does is it makes it harder for people to qualify as independent contractors. In that video, I stated that I thought that it was just a matter of time before other states would start to implement the law as well. And that seems to be exactly what's happening. I just read an article last night that the United States Department of Labor is now considering a proposal that would make it much harder for people to qualify as independent contractors. I think that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, it greases the government's pocket because the more money employees make, the more money employees pay in taxes. So that's a part of it. The second part of it is I think it really is about abuse. I think employers are abusing independent contractor status. They're calling people who are truly employees independent contractors to get out of paying them like they would employees. You don't have to pay an independent contractor a minimum wage. You don't have to give an independent contractor paid time off. You don't have to give him employee benefits. So that kind of encourages employers to call people independent contractors when they're truly not. So when abuse happens, intervention takes place. We see that happening on the freight broker, trucking side of the house. Truckers are not satisfied with how rates are distributed, how they get to see rates. So they want to be able to see rates now because they feel like there's abuse when it comes to rate. I think the question that has to be answered is how would a national mandate impact the overall supply chain system? How would it impact jobs? Because you would have to understand that employers probably won't be able to keep everybody that they have now as independent contractors on as employees. So job loss would probably occur, and probably in huge numbers. How would that affect the economy? The other part of it is how would it affect the supply chain system? Because you have thousands and thousands of truck drivers that are working as independent contractors under these big companies. What if they cannot classify those people as independent contractors now? All of those loads that the independent contractors are moving, what happens with that? How do you make up that difference? I think that it would probably cause some immediate chaos within the supply chain system. Can we handle that as a nation? I don't know, but we may very well see, because AB5 law started off as a proposal, but it became a law. Now, of course, it will be tested. This proposal will be tested, but the question is, will it stand these tests that it will come up against? The AB5 did, so this very well could. Personally, I wouldn't want to see anybody forced into one way or the other. If a person wants to be an independent contractor and they understand what comes with being an independent contractor, I think they should have the opportunity to do so. I also don't think an employee should be forced to be an independent contractor. Everybody is not a business owner. Everybody is not independent. So don't make them be something just because it benefits the company. So how do you think this thing will turn out? I personally think it's necessary. If you're a truck driver and you're currently leased on to one of those companies, it's just a good idea, I believe, to start getting your ducks in order, because you never know what might happen. And if you're no longer allowed to be an independent contractor, it could be that you won't have a job. So it just makes sense to put your ducks in order so that if you don't have a job, you have a backup plan. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in learning more about the freight broker business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's the 5-video series, and it's titled How the Load Movement Process Works. Check the description for the link. Get signed up for it. We'll start sending you out the videos. Also, if you're interested in learning more about how we go out and find customers, find the shippers that we do business with, I'll leave you a free video right here. Until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you all the way at the top of the mountain, because the bottom is much too crowded.